Hey everyone! Welcome to my channel, Tech in Resham. Are you keen on learning about AI workflows or AI agents? An AI workflow is like a set of instructions that tells the AI what to do. The input or output data can change, but the final result stays the same. For instance, the workflow always sends an email whenever someone sends an email to that specific email address. It's a fixed action. On the other hand, an AI agent system lets the AI make decisions about which actions to take. For example, when someone sends a message to the chat box, the AI decides whether to send an email, SMS, or WhatsApp message based on what they wrote. First, we need to install Docker. You can either install it using the command line interface, CLI, or just download Docker Desktop for your platform. After installing Docker, we'll move on to installing Portainer Community Edition. This is optional, as you can manage the entire Docker engine from the terminal on Mac and Linux, or the command prompt on Windows. If it makes things easier, why not install it? To create a Portainer volume, just type this command, docker volume create Portainer_data. Then, start the Portainer Docker container with this command, docker run dp8000:8000 p9443:9443, name. Once the container is up and running, you can access Portainer by opening your web browser and visiting the URL https://localhost 9443. You'll need to create an initial user account to let Portainer know what environment it should manage. In our case, it's Docker standalone, but it can also manage Docker Swarm, Podman, and Kubernetes. 3. To enable this, you need to run the agent Docker container on your local machine. This allows it to connect to the Portainer CE. To do this, copy the code provided on our Portainer website and run it in a terminal or command prompt. Afterward, give the container a name and an environment address, like tasks_Portainer_agent 9001, and connect. If there are no errors, press the Create button. 4. Next, we'll install the Ollama Docker image in our Docker environment. It's easier to do this inside the environment because N8N can't connect to Ollama if it's run outside the environment. To create a Docker container for Ollama, search for it on Docker Hub and run the following command. Bash. Docker run dv Ollama, root Ollama p11434:11434, name Ollama. That's it. You're all set to use Portainer and Ollama. Alright. Let's move on to installing the N8N Docker image in our Docker environment. You can find more details in the installation document at https://docs/natan.io/hosting/installation/docker/. First, create a volume for N8N using the command docker volume create N8N_data. Then, run the following command to start the Docker container, but don't include the rm option to keep it running even after you close the terminal or command prompt. Docker run it d, name N. Let's check if both Ollama and N8N networks are the same. If not, join them together. This is important because N8N can't connect to Ollama otherwise. Next, open the Ollama console and pick a model you want to use. I'm downloading the Llama 3.2 model from Meta. Use the command Ollama run Llama 3.2 to download the model. Once it's downloaded, do a quick test to make sure the Ollama with the Llama 3.2 model is working correctly. If you didn't mark N8N as an unsecured connection when you created the Docker container, you'll need to use Google Chrome for the registration process. You can also use any other web browser. Fill in the registration user account and add any extra info you have. Make sure to enter a valid email address because N8N will send you a product key that you can use to access the usage and plan page. This key will give you access to the Pro feature for free, so you can run N8N locally without spending any money. Let's give the N8N and Ollama a try. First, we'll start the workflow by sending a message to the AI agent. Then, drag the AI agent onto the canvas, which is like its brain. Next, pick a model from the AI agent. We'll use the Ollama model for testing. Make sure you use the IP address of the Ollama Docker container instead of localhost. Now, let's test the AI in N8N, and we should see a successful result. If you want to keep talking to the N8N workflow, you'll need memory. A window buffer memory is the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, the AI chat won't remember the last conversation. Now, let's try again to test the memory recall feature, and it seems to be working now. Thanks for watching the video. If you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or want to learn more, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks a bunch.